5 things pro photographers do that beginners don't. Do you want to label yourself as a professional photographer, but you're not quite sure if you've crossed that threshold yet? Are you still an amateur, which is totally fine, but you want to be a pro? Well, I'm going to give you the 5 ways to tell if you are doing professional stuff so that you can call yourself a pro. Hello, my name is Mike Lloyd. I have been shooting professionally for 12 years, teaching the art and business of photography for 10 of those years. And when I first got started, and even few years in, I really struggled with imposter syndrome because I didn't know if I was actually a legit professional photographer. I was shooting well, I believed. People liked what I did. I was making money and I was supporting myself. So I'm like, well, I guess that's what it is. But I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of photographers who are better than me, who are making more than me. And I didn't know if I was good enough to be called a professional. And what I've learned over the years is, my short definition of being a professional photographer is, can you consistently deliver the work that you promise? So if your website looks a certain way, can you shoot like that every time? And do you charge enough to support yourself? Because it can just be a hobby where you make some extra money, and that's totally cool. But then you're not a professional photographer. You're a hobbyist who makes some extra money, which again is totally fine. And it's just a game of definitions at this point, right? But if you want to be an actual professional photographer, there's more things that go into that. And that's what this video is all about. So I'm going to give you 5 things to help differentiate the pros from the nots. That makes them sound like bad people. I don't think so. Just, whether you're pro or you're not quite there yet. There we go. Number 1 is freaking hilarious, and I'm going to make you wait till we get there. Number 2, tinkering with photos forever. Number 3, buying a bunch of fancy stuff. Number 4, getting paid. And number 5, hiring yourself out of the job. Let's roll. All right, so number 1, professional photographers are really easy to spot in the wild compared to amateurs. If you've ever seen a tourist take a photo in public, they look like this. Totally rigid, standing straight up, stiff as a board, not a professional look. Now, if you want to see a professional shoot, we look like this. And this. And this. We get into some really weird positions because we don't want to move our feet or we don't want to just stand on an easy step stool. I don't know. But we do weird stuff because our brain is thinking elsewhere, not what's the most comfortable position for our body. So if you want to be a legit professional, get weird. All right, now on to the actual serious stuff. Maybe that comic relief should have come in the middle of the video. I don't know, but we're going to leave it right there because I thought it was funny. So number 2 is tinkering on photos forever. Now, you could have your photo up in Lightroom, you've got 75 photos to edit for your client, or you've got 300, I don't know. But you're like, oh, maybe I should up my clarity 1, or maybe I should drop my shadows 1. Should I give them a vignette? Should it be a black one or should it be a white one? How much? Should I crop it a little bit? Oh, I should tilt it, it's 1 degree off. Meanwhile, no one is ever gonna notice any of those differences. And often I found that when someone is tinkering with their photos forever, it's one of 3 things. First, it's procrastination, because you don't want to do the actual things a professional photographer needs to do, which has nothing to do with photography. Number 2, because you don't have a consistent style yet, which is totally fine. You're working on it, and that's great. Or number 3 is because you just really love the editing process and you'd rather do that than a lot of the other things, which becomes a time management issue. Either way, pros don't do any of those things. Maybe we dabble a little bit, we do creative projects, but it is not a majority of our time. So making all those little tweaks forever as a form of procrastination, because you don't want to check your finances, you don't want to do marketing campaigns, you don't want to do any of the stuff that actually runs a business. You got to work on that. Maybe hire somebody else to take over that stuff for you if you want to. But the main thing is you can't be spending all your time doing that to procrastinate. I'm really good at cleaning my house when it comes time to do things I don't want to do. But I'm working on that also. We are constantly developing. Or you haven't found your unique style yet, or whatever feels right for you. Totally cool. Get out there and shoot until you've developed a look that you want to produce. Because you can't have some black and white images, some color images, some sepia tones, some extreme HDR, and some conceptual AI stuff, All of these things on your site are going to confuse your clients. They won't know what they're going to get from you. They're like, I like the black and white photos, but I don't want all the HDR stuff, and I definitely don't want the sepia. How do I know what this photographer is even going to give me? And they're just going to go call someone else with a consistent look. So work on your consistent style. That doesn't mean you can't shoot anything else, but you need to advertise, hey, this is the kind of work I produce. This is why you should hire me. And then you can do other fun stuff on the side to satisfy those other needs. And again, the third point there, yep, I'm confirming that I have 3 fingers up, is that you just really love doing all that stuff, but it's a time management issue. So it might not even be procrastination, you just enjoy it. Totally cool. Do your creative side projects on the side and then satisfy that need then. But you got to get down and run a business to be a professional, and that takes business time. Okay, point number 3. I've definitely got 3 fingers up this time. Buying a bunch of expensive stuff to seem legit. When I first got started, I had 1 camera, 1 lens, and 1 light with a softbox. That was it. I didn't have a big fancy studio, I didn't have a bunch of expensive looking gear, and I didn't think anyone would take me seriously. So I signed a lease on a studio, and I bought a bunch more lights, and I took out credit card loans or credit card debt, and I bought extra lenses. And you know what? Didn't matter at all. My clients didn't care at all. Most of my work was shot outside anyway, so why did I even need a studio? I thought, well, having the studio will make me seem legit, but nobody cared. And the lenses just weighed me down. Like literally, I started getting shoulder problems and like losing feeling in my fingers because the weight on my shoulders from carrying my expensive camera bag around, when I really only use the same lens over and over again anyway. And I got so good at shooting with 1 light that even when I bought all this other gear, I didn't even use it. So buying expensive gear will not make you a better photographer, and it will not make you a professional photographer. Again, if you can consistently produce the kind of images that you promise in your portfolio, you're good. That's it. Regardless of what you need to get there, because your clients don't care. They want to look good in the photos. They want to feel good during and after the experience. And the price tag of your equipment has nothing to do with any of that. Obviously, we need legit gear so that we can take great photos, but you don't need to buy the most expensive Broncolor setup to shoot puppies. Or, whatever else you want to do. If you want to get expensive Hasselblad camera gear later on, groovy, but you don't need any of that. Get tools that are good enough to get the job done. All right, number 4, my favorite, getting paid. Are you charging professional prices? That can mean something different in different parts of the world. I'm in Silicon Valley. It is stupid expensive to live here. You cannot buy a house in my area for under $1 million. There was even a newspaper article, I will link to it down below. This house burned down and still sold for $1 million a few years ago. This is in my neighborhood. I'm not bragging. It kind of sucks, honestly, because, it's really expensive to live here. Everything is stupid expensive, but I charge more money. I also have friends in different parts of the country that are less expensive than here who charge my same prices, and they book just as many clients, which is absolutely effing incredible. So the idea, though, is that you need to actually get paid for your work, and you cannot be uncomfortable taking money. Because professionals do not get paid with feelings of shame. There might be some hesitation, like, oh, this wasn't my best shoot. I could have taken slightly better photos. I'll do better next time. But then the client comes in and they're like crying, oh my God, these are the best photos anyone's ever taken of me. And they just throw handfuls of cash at you. I can't tell you how many times that's happened where I'm like, oh man, I hope they like these photos. I did not deliver my best work. But meanwhile, the photos were freaking amazing and they've never had anything better. And they were so stoked. And then they sent me all their friends. So we're looking at different things in the images than our clients are. We judge ourselves critically worse than anybody else will. But it doesn't mean that we're bad photographers, right? We're probably still pretty gosh darn good. And again, as long as you can deliver what you're promising, that's what you should be aiming for. So, I still have my critical days, but it's fine because I'm still charging enough money that I can pre-qualify my clients. Also, I'm not going to get price shoppers because I tell people up front, you're going to spend thousands of dollars to work with me. That already scares away people who aren't going to be a good fit. And that's ideal. And then the ones who do want to work with me are happy to pay it because they know that I'm not just delivering some neat pictures. It's an experience with these incredible high quality products that they get to take home to celebrate that experience. So I'm not charging a bunch of money for some cool photos. It's an experience. They're luxury products. I know what I'm actually delivering to my clients. That's what professionals do. It's above and beyond the photos. So if you're still selling X number of images and X number of minutes of shooting time for a session fee, reconsider that. Have a booking fee to get people in the door, to cover some costs, to pre-qualify people, and then charge industry standard prices. If you're not making at least $1,500 on a session, then you're probably not at the professional stage yet. And this is families, kids, boudoir, whatever. Obviously, weddings, way higher. But if you're not making at least $1,500 from a client, then you got to up your game. All right, number 5. This one I struggled with so hard for so long, and I know so many other photographers who do. Hire yourself out of the job. I make my money when I have a camera in my hand or when I'm in a sales room. I do not make my money when I'm writing social media content, when I'm structuring email automations, and when I'm designing PDFs for my email marketing. Obviously, I need to do all those things to get clients in the door, but someone else can also do those things probably even better than me. In fact, people do. I have learned to outsource a ton of what I do, and that frees me up to have days off, to go on vacation, to pick up hobbies that keep me active and healthy, and just do more of the things that I actually want to do. I don't want to write social media content. I don't want to write email sequences. I sure as hell don't want to be in the back end working all the technology that makes it happen. Can I do it? Am I good at it? Absolutely. I got to that point so that I could make the money to then hire the people to take it over for me. I have an editor who edits all of my work. I do very little editing nowadays, and I'm so happy. The work still looks like mine. In fact, it's better because this editor is better in Photoshop than I ever was, and I was pretty darn good. When I'm selling $3,000 and $4,000 packages day after day after day, I know I'm onto something good. But now my average is up a little bit, and I'm not doing any of that work. That's a win for everybody. I get to help support somebody else's income. I get days off, and my clients get even better photos. I see zero downside. Now, again, I do like doing some of the editing work. So I book creative projects, and I do those for funsies on the side on my days off. Or because I can take a half a day during the week to do an extra fun shoot and, spend some time playing around with editing because I've outsourced my email automations and I've outsourced my social media management. I have time in my schedule now. And that's why we start businesses. Yes, we love photography, but I also like hanging out with my friends and my family and doing things that are fun and going on vacations and living a comfortable lifestyle and swiping my credit card and never having to worry if it's going to go through or not. Because I've built a business that allows me to have the time and the financial freedom to do the things that I want to do. That is what professionals do. Or you can create a job for yourself, which means you might have left your 9-to-5 corporate job or whatever you did before, but now you're working 60 hours a week because you write all your own social posts, you manage your Facebook group, and you're shooting, and you're editing, and you're selling, and you're also trying to take care of your family and maintain a relationship with your significant other, and you've been to the gym once this year, but that's pretty good, right? Not really. It's not sustainable because everything in your life will suffer if you don't make time for the things that really matter. And yes, we love doing this. This fulfills me more than just about anything else in my life, but it's not my entire life. And I want to make sure I can fit in the other things as well. So professionals find balance. They find ways to outsource the things that they don't need to be doing, and they make time for the things that really matter. So that is my list of 5 things the pros do that beginners don't. 1, get weird. Stand in ridiculous positions if you want to take better photos. But also, stop tinkering on your images forever. Figure out why you're doing it and solve that problem. Number 3, don't buy fancy shit you don't actually need because it won't make you seem cooler. Number 4, make it rain. Time to get paid. And number 5, how do you hire yourself out of the things that you shouldn't be doing in your business? That is my list. If you want to know more about how to actually bring in clients, how to charge what you're worth, I've got some other great videos here on this channel. And if you're like, Mike, that's cool. Can you just show me exactly what I should be doing start to finish? Well, yes, I can. Head to boudoirguild.com, got it linked down below, and you can check out all the trainings I put together there, where I walk you through exactly how I do everything in my business to generate multiple 6 figures of revenue so that you can dress like a pirate and go wine tasting with your friends. Because you have the free time and you have the financial independence to go live the life that you want to live while working an incredibly fulfilling job. You are amazing. We'll see you inside.